Good morning, everyone. Thanks a lot for this great opportunity given to me for introducing myself to Vedantu. I'm Arjun KR from Kerala. I'm a teacher by profession for the last 8 years for the MBA students. I hold 3 postgraduate degrees: MBA, MA Economics, and MSc Applied Psychology. And I'm currently pursuing my PhD from CUSAT, Cochin. When I speak about me, I'm a positive person with an enthusiastic outlook on life. I love my job and I get a great sense of achievement from seeing my students develop and grow as individuals. I'm an effective communicator both in writing and verbally, and I have a strong ability to plan and organize things effectively, which is something very crucial for the role of a competent teacher. My teaching style is primarily centered on class education and engagement, and I adapt my style in order to cater everyone and make the material whatever I teach the most interesting as possible. And apart from all these things, I believe that teaching is one of the most noble professions ever, which shapes the destiny of a nation through the students. And that's the only reason why teaching is my profession as well as my passion. For today's session, we'll discuss a new topic called as LPG: Liberalization, Privatization, and Globalization. The economy of India had undergone a significant policy shift in the beginning of 1990s. And this new economic policy or new economic reform is commonly known as LPG: Liberalization, Privatization, and Globalization. What is liberalization? This refers to the relaxation of government restrictions in the areas of economic policies. Thus, when government liberalizes trade, it means that it has removed the tariff, subsidies, and other restrictions on the flow of goods and services between countries. It was liberalized, freed up, and we started having products from outside countries, and they started having products from India. And we got the real fruits of liberalization in the year 2007 when we had witnessed the greatest or the highest GDP growth in 9%. And we became the fastest growing major economy in the world. So since it was a great trend, we started getting the best benefits out of it. So liberalization refers to the relaxation of government policies and restrictions to business and in areas of economic policies. What is privatization? It refers to the transfer of assets or services function from public sector to private sector ownership, or control and opening of the closed areas to private sector entry. Privatization can be achieved in many ways like franchising, leasing, contracting, etc. Capital markets should be sufficiently developed to be able to absorb the real fruits of privatization. The advantages are reviving sick units, which this would help profit-making public sector units to modernize and diversify their business. This will help making the public sector units more and more competitive. Without government financial backing, capital market and international market forces public sector to be efficient. So privatization means giving an entry for the private ownership with those closed areas. Next is globalization. Economic globalization is the increasing economic interdependence of national economies across the world through a rapid increase in cross-border movement of goods, services, and technology and capital. It's a process which draws the countries out of their insulation and makes them join the rest of the world. It's like think locally and act globally. Globalization will bring in all the markets together into one single umbrella, under this one single umbrella. The current globalization trends can be largely accounted for the developed economies integrating with less developed economies by means of foreign direct investment, the reduction of trade barriers, as well as the other economic reforms. So globalization is the need of the hour. The closed economy will be open to the market, the bigger market, which will bring them a lot many employment opportunities, business prospects, and thereby economic development. So these three aspects are liberalization, privatization, and globalization was planned and was implemented, focusing a greater economic development. And I must say, as when we check out history, it has created an impact, both positively as well as negatively. Thank you.